Welcome to our first GameMaker video tutorial. In this tutorial, we'll be discussing the basic concepts of making games in GameMaker. Our first concept is a system. A system has many parts that have functional and structural relationships between each other to make a complex whole. In the human body, we have many kinds of systems. A circulatory system connecting the heart to the veins and arteries, the digestive system which processes the food we eat, and the nervous system sending signals of information throughout the body. Our society is a type of system that has several systems within it, including systems of government, waste disposal, transportation, schools, and food. In nature, we have ecosystems on land, in the air, underwater, and at the microscopic level. Outside of our planet, we have a solar system and galaxies. So systems are everywhere, all of the time, surrounding and inside of us. So how do games show systems? In chess, the different pieces of the chessboard have different abilities and values. The same can be said of Uno cards, the land properties in Monopoly, and the different positions of a soccer team. In the video game Civilization, players guide a civilization from prehistoric times to the present day. The game Spore allows a player to control the development of a species from its beginnings as a microscopic organism through development as a creature to space exploration. World of Warcraft allows players to take on the identity of characters in a magical world, going on quests to gain access to new skills and abilities, and to explore new areas of the game. These games, showing different types of characters, skills, abilities, and societies, are all large, complex systems. All games have systems, even those in Guitar Hero and Rock Band rely on playing rhythm and notational system. So for any game that is made, there has to be a system in place that players encounter. Our second concept is the encounter. All games have a player encountering something. The word encounter means to meet or experience. These experiences can be good, bad, unexpected, or a struggle. The point is that an encounter is something that is experienced. Often encounters in games are seen as conflicts, but a conflict might not be fighting, good versus evil, or even survival, but something that is experienced. A player in Guitar Hero may struggle with encountering a Metallica song on Expert, while in The Sims, the player decides how their character will react to what they encounter. When two players encounter each other during Paper, Rock, Scissors, they are trying to see who will pick the winning move. The encounter is the place where the system shows how it works and how the player takes action. Our third concept is the concept of actions. Action is the fact or process of doing something. In Guitar Hero, actions are playing the guitar the same way the notes show on the screen. The game reacts to your actions by telling you if you have hit the notes or not. In Uno, laying down your wild draw 4 card is one action. Choosing the color that is going to be played next is another action. Deciding on what to play next or what others are going to play next are several more actions. A soccer game is filled with these actions, each player acting and reacting to where the ball is and who has it. The actions you take in any game are based on the encounters you are experiencing and the system that you are playing. So what are some core game actions? Collecting or trading is the first core game action. Connect 4, Monopoly, Animal Crossing, Civilization, and eBay are all based on the process of collecting or trading. Another game action, puzzles and prediction. Tetris, Scrabble, Sudoku, Paper, Scissors, Rock, and Bingo are all based on the action of puzzle or prediction. The next action, survival, chasing, or evading. Pac-Man, Cannibal, Left 4 Dead, Hide and Seek, and Tag are all based on the actions of survival, chasing, or evading. The last game action is the finish line. Mario Kart, Guitar Hero, Candyland, and any race you've been in are all based on the action of the finish line. So how do we think about action when building our first game? The acronym MARK is another way to think about action when building your games. The M stands for move or movement. Movement includes where you move in a game, right, left, forward, into the future, and the ways you can move in the game. Run, jump, throw, roll, sing, or fly. The A stands for avoid. Avoiding actions are the things that you don't want to do. Receive a low score, miss removing the monster, falling out of control, running out of time, destroying the environment. The R stands for release. Release is something that you let go of, often to transform or change something else that encounters the release object. It is an action that creates change or protects. Some examples might be a bird, a button, trash, a scream, a feeling, or fireballs. The C stands for contact. Contact is the state of touching or being connected. Some examples might be gold coins, enemies, 3 objects in a row, a memory, putting on a sock, etc. All 4 mark actions can and often do work together. For our first video game, you're going to learn how GameMaker works using mark to create how the system of your game works. Again, move. What is moving in your game, and how are those things moving? These are important questions that will need to be answered as you move forward in your game design. Avoid. What is being avoided in your game, and how do you avoid those things? Release. What are you releasing in your game? How do you release it, and what happens when it is released? Contact. What comes in contact in your game? What happens when it comes in contact? So remember, when designing your first game, think about the 3 basic concepts we discussed earlier. The first, systems. All games are systems. The second, encounters. All games are based on encounters. And the third, actions. All games need actions. And remember your acronym, MARK. Move, avoid, release, and contact. Thank you for watching our first GameMaker video game tutorial. In the second tutorial, we will be discussing more of the basic concepts and using examples to describe these basic concepts.